Gurave Gaura Chandra Radhika Tadali Krishna Krishna Bhaktaya Tadabhaktaya Namo Namaha Shri Nandanandanam Bande Radhika Charana Dvayam Gopijana Samayuktam Vrindavan Manoharam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadha Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo 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 Hare Hare Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Dadati Sarvadanti. So first of all, I offer pranams to our Gurudev, Vishnupad Dandi Swami Bhaktivedanta Narayan Gosai Maharaj, our Shiksha Gurus Nitya Leela Shri Gaur Govinda Gosai Maharaj Bhaktivedanta, Madhusudan Gosai Maharaj, all Vaishnavas, Vaishnavis, Hare Krishna. So we began yesterday Bhakti Amrasamrita Sindhu Bindu. This is the commentary, you can think commentary of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur on the book Bhakti Amrasamrita Sindhu. So yesterday we discussed the glories of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. He is considered the incarnation of Rupa Goswami. And who is Rupa Goswami? Then Kavi Kanapur. He's very much important personality in Sampradaya. He was the son of Shivananda Sen. Shivananda Sen is Tunga Vidyasaki. So every year Shivananda Sen would come with the Vaishnavas from Navadvip to visit Puri. Then he was praying to Jagannath. He had a son. When Mahaprabhu asked, what is the name of your son? Then he said, Paramananda Das. And Mahaprabhu laughingly jokingly called him Puri Das. So when Shivananda Sen offered the child to the feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then the child began sucking the big toe of the Lord. So when the child grew up, he became like 4 or 5. Then Mahaprabhu asked him, oh Puri Das, chant Harinam. But Puri Das remained silent. Then everyone was astonished. Mahaprabhu said, what is this? I make in Jharkhand forest even the animals, like the snakes and the tigers and the bears, I made them chant Harinam. But I cannot make this boy chant Harinam. What is this? Then Surup Damodar, who was watching, he said, Prabhu, he's chanting Gopal mantra in his mind. So Diksha mantra should not say out loud, but he's chanting in his mind. The next day Mahaprabhu asked, say something. Then Puri Das made a beautiful verse. Describing Krishna's Swarup in Madhurya Ras. Then everyone became astonished. Yesterday he could not chant Harinam, today he's composing own Sanskrit verses. Mukum karoti vachalam pam gun lange te girim yat kripa tamaham bande shi guru dinatarina. By the mercy of Guru, even a blind man, a dumb man who cannot speak becomes very eloquent. A lame man can jump mountains. So he became known as Kavi Kanapur. Kavi means poetry, because he put nectarian poetry in the ear of Mahaprabhu, then Kavi Kanapur. So he wrote, who is Rupa Goswami? Priya Surupe, Daita Surupe, Prema Surupe, Sahajana Rupe, Dijana Rupe, Prabhu Eka Rupe, Tadanu Rupe, Swavilasa Rupe. Who is Rupa Goswami? Priya Surupe, very dear to Surup Damodar. Priya also means Radhika. Priya Surupe, none different than Radharani. Daitya Surupe. Daitya means Radhika also, who's fully surrendered everything to Krishna. Then Rupa Goswami is the second body of Radhika herself. Rup means body, form. When Radhika's everything, when Radhika takes a second form, that is Rupa Manjari. Priya Surupe, Prema Surupe. He is the form of Radhika's prem for Krishna. Sahajana Rupe. And he came with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, same time. Both came together. Means that Tadanu Rupe. He's like fully Tadatmik. Whatever Mahaprabhu feel, he also feeling same thing. Like you put iron into fire, iron also becomes same like fire. Tadanurupe, tadatma bhav. No? He is Prabhu Ekarupe. He is the same form as Lord Chaitanya. He is not different. No, same. So today we will hear something what he wrote. So in this Mangala Charanam, to this Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Akila Rasamrita Murti, Prasarma Ruchi Udataraka, Pali Kalita Shama Lalita Radha Prayan Vidur Jayati. I give pranam to Krishna. He also means Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Who is Krishna? Akila Rasamrita Murti. He is the Visai Vigraha. He is the object of all rasas. Right? In Goloka Vrindavan, there's not just one ras, 12 rasas. And who's enjoying all that? Who's tasting all that? That's Krishna. Das Sakya Vatsalya Madhu, but also the 7 Gona rasas, secondary rasas, which also gives so much taste. Yesterday we mentioned a few like Rodra, anger, no? Then Bira ras, fighting, some taste is there, no doubt. So these all Hasya ras, laughing. Bibats means like disgust. Bhayanak, fear. These all things are there. Like when Krishna was taken in the sky by Trinavat, then all gopis, but especially Yasoda feels so much fear. But that also gives one taste, because Krishna, here she comes, right? Oh, Jivan Krishna has come. So, who is Krishna? He is tasting all this. Akila Rasamrita Murti. Prasararuchi Udatarika Pala Kalita Shama Lalita. Especially by the effulgence of his limbs. Because every mood has a color. So Krishna's color is Sham. Sham is the color of the conjugal mellow, Rasaraj. So by his bodily effulgence, Krishna has controlled all types of gopis. Especially Radha Priyan, especially Radhika. No? Then Tarak, even in Goloka Vrindavan, there's some fighting going on. But that is prema. Too much prema, also these things come. So Radhika has her group. If Radhika has her group, then the leader of the opposition group is Taraka. No, she's Sakhi of Chandravali. Then there's Pali, there's also neutral group, no one's group, just like that. There's also Shamala, who's in charge of the friendly group, and then Radhika. So yesterday we little discussed this verse. This Guru Maharaj would say this is the paribhasa, the definition of bhakti. Anukulena Krishna Anushilanam Bhakti Uttama. So Anushilanam means activity. So cultivation of some action, doing something. So he is divided into 2 parts, Chesta Rupa and Bhav Rupa. That means there's activities, activities for the sadhak. There's also activities for someone in the stage of Bhav. So what are those activities? Right? If someone's reading this, I also want to do bhakti, then how do I do it? What are the activities of bhakti? So therefore, Uttam Bhakti, there's activities performed in the stage of sadhan, in the stage of bhav, and in the stage of prema. So first, Rupa Goswami describes the activities of ajati rati sadhak. Someone in the stage of bhav also have activities. Yesterday, on the first class, we little touched it. Feeding breast milk to Krishna for Vatsalya ras. No? Smelling Krishna's head, like embracing, like this, giving some instructions. These are all anubhavs. Right? So these are also activities. So the devotee who has in the stage of bhav, they have all their activities are following bhav. in this world, all activities follow sense gratification. But in the stage of Bhav, devotee also have many activities. Spiritual life is not stagnant. Not like the Buddhists. For them, liberation is freedom from activities. But in Bhakti, there's no freedom. Bhakti also means activities. So in the stage of Bhav, devotee doing all activities under the guidance of Bhav. They have no separate activities. All activities are controlled by Bhakti. So devotee is never independent. Controlled by that Bhakti or controlled by something else. So if you're not controlled by Bhakti, if we're not in the stage of Bhav, then who's going to control us? Right. Guru Vaishnava. Guru Vaishnava will control us. So, we are not on the stage of Bhav, then I have to be controlled. Who will control me? Right? You said true thing. Either I'm controlled by Maya, but if I'm tired of getting the kicks of Maya, then I have to be controlled by something. So that will be sadhan bhakti. Right? The devotee in sadhan also controlled. And the devotee in Bhav also controlled. The devotee in prema also controlled. There's no such thing as freedom. Mm-hmm. Freedom is a falsity. It's an illegal activity. Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, Baho dukkha moy swatantra jivan. Independent life is great misery and suffering. So the conditioned soul, they have some sakriti. If they have sakriti from previous lifetimes. Maybe they were an animal, and Puranas describe this so much. Even animals can make some agyat sakriti, unknown sakriti. Even animals. Gogumaj would tell the story, there was one, like duck, wild turkey, something. He was living in the forest, and one hunter came and shot him with an arrow. So one of his wings was broken, and the hunter had some dogs. The dogs were chasing this turkey, but because his wing was broken, he could not run in a straight line. He could only go in circles. So he was running with these dogs chasing him to take his life. Of course, he was very afraid. But in the middle of the forest, there was a tulsi plant, somehow. So without knowledge, that bird, 3-4 times he did parikrama of tulsi. He doesn't know tulsi plant, he don't know about parakram, he don't know anything. But this is called agyat sakriti. He's doing some service to Bhagavan, because the bird may not know about the power of bhakti, but bhakti has its own shakti, its own potency. You know and don't know, effect will be there. So even animals can attain that agyat sakriti. By doing parakram, he got some result, some service. And next life that manifests, he could get human form, and in the human form he could get sadhu-sang. Before electricity, everyone used ghee lamps, coconut oil lamps like this, especially in the temple. Most ghee is best. So in the temple was one mouse. He was very greedy. So nighttime he would come and drink the ghee from the deepas, they call, the bowls. Right? And one end is a lamp, and so this mouse was quite fat because drinking so much ghee. Then this lamp that was burning before the Vigraha of Bhagavan, this lamp was almost about to become extinguished. So the mouse was reaching in to drink the ghee, but he fell in. And when he fell, he pushed the ghee back. So again it caught fire. Right? So the mouse attained the result of offering a ghee lamp to Bhagavan. So next life, could be born as a king's son, and he got sadhu-sang. So this sakriti accumulates over many, many lifetimes. What to speak of human being who gets so much more chance. Maybe like Pingala the prostitute, you know the story there in 11th canto. Dattatreya was one incarnation of Bhagavan, so he was mostly naked, moving around. Then one prostitute, her name was Pingala, sadhu has come, dandavats, please stay in my house. Then Dattatreya was upstairs watching, and Pingala was a prostitute, she needs money, so she was putting on lipstick and everything, and how to attract the man. And she was going outside, and upstairs, Dattatreya was watching her. And she was thinking, oh, here comes a man, he must have lots of money. He will surely pay for my love. But no, he went past. Another guy ignored her. No, I have no money today. Again and again, she would go inside, come out, inside, come out. But no money, no customers. So because she was serving Vaishnava, her heart was purified. Only because she was serving Dattatreya. She don't know his power. But Dattatreya has a power. You do some seva. So her heart became purified. And then she thought, what I'm doing? This body's like a house. The skin's like the wall. These eyes, nose, mouth, ears, these all like windows and doors. This backbone is like the beam. I'm doing everything for the house, but nothing for me who live in the house. Especially I'm doing nothing for Bhagavan. Who are these men? They also very like bags of stool and urine. I'm happy to get some happiness out of them. How foolish am I? Why I forgot Bhagavan? Like this, she started thinking all these things. Then she gave up all her desires and became happy. So Dattatreya was watching actually everything happening to her is by mercy of Dattatreya. But Dattatreya realized, oh, the prostitute, she is like a guru. Because as soon as she gave up all her desires, she became happy. So there's all these examples. And human get more chance for sadhusang. Human get much more chance. Maybe we get some prasad or we do some seva to Vaishnava. Then this Sukriti bring us to sadhusang. If Sukriti is weak, then maybe we get some of course not even Vaishnava Guru. We have a little bit of Sukriti, then we can get maybe a devotee is not so weak, maybe they fall down or anything like that, because our Sukriti is not so strong. And we cannot attain high-class sadhusang. But Sukriti is very strong, like too much, like mountain, then you can make these liberated souls. But many people take an initiation from high-class guru, but still can't understand. Yes, I took initiation, but no feelings, no nothing. I took initiation. Because weak Sukriti. Even if you have proper guru, but weak Sukriti, you cannot understand, you cannot connect, cannot surrender, cannot get anything, too much. Old disciple is not same level. Old disciple of Prabhupada is not like Gaur Govinda Maharaj, right? Gaur Maharaj would say, how many disciples my Guru ever had? 5,000, they say. Where are they? 99% fell down. Maybe they're still chanting or something, but they've fallen down or done something. So old disciple is so Sukriti too much important. So anyway, by getting association of sadhu, then one feeling will come. What is that? Shraddha. Right? And not in this book, but Rupa Goswami has described 2 types of 8 levels from Shraddha to Prema. So by association, first will come the first type of Shraddha. That is called Shastra Avadadanamoy Shraddha. Scripture is there, we have to mold our life according to what Scripture says. Most people don't even care about Scripture. Right? If it feels good, do it. But someone who gets Shraddha, they'll fear. No, how can I do that? I cannot just do anything I like. Now I have to control myself. Right? Oh, 4 regulative principles. Oh, yes. Ekadasi. Okay. What else? Going to artis, doing kirtan.
16 rounds.
Huh?
16 rounds.
16 minimum. 64 we should be doing.
Yeah.
So, by hearing comes one feeling, I should follow Shastra. I should follow sadhu. I should not just follow my mind and senses. So first comes a fear. If you respect something, there'll be fear. Right? Like you see the American or the Russian flag or American flag. Some respect. That much you love something, that much you fear it. Where's your son? He should hear all this.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Like Krishna, how much fear Mother Yasoda when she has stick, and how much he fear because too much affection.
Oh, wow.
Right? How much when Radhika is angry, how much Krishna fear? Too much fear. That much you love someone, that much you fear. So Didi always says, first is fear to Gurudev. No fear means no affection, no love at all. So fear and prema, these two things, they're the same thing. But like green mango and ripe mango. These days, people think love means I do whatever I like and you don't know and care. Everything I do, you have to accept. That is not love. Like if your son was in there having a cigarette, what would you do? Beat him?
I'll get a stick, yeah.
Because affection. Many people not understand. We speak this thing many times, devout people go crazy. You know, if 10 children are there smoking cigarette, who cares? But you'll see your own son smoking cigarette.
Mm-hmm.
Because that much you have attachment, that much also. These all things come, no?
Mm-hmm.
So, this first Shraddha comes fear. Shastra gives some fear. Brother or sister, if you don't do bhajan, you're going to go to hell. Who wants to go to hell? Have you read about hell?
A little bit.
Fifth
I didn't
canto?
want to go inside.
No, you have to. You have to. Otherwise, you don't fear. No, only intelligent person fears, right? Hey, don't go swimming. There's a shark. Someone saw a shark there this morning. Who cares, right? Stupid, right? Don't touch the wire. There's electricity in it. You're going to get killed, right? Hey, look both ways when you cross the road. Only intelligent person has fear, right? So I remember when I first came, when I met devotees properly, there was a restaurant and I was working in the restaurant. Then they had all Prabhupada's books. It was devotee restaurant. The temple used to be there, then they moved it. The restaurant would start. They had books everywhere. So the first book somehow I picked out was Bhagavatam. Oh wow. Let me have a look.
Fifth canto.
Fifth canto. Krishna's arrangement, right? So I started there with the hellish planets. Krishna arranged this. You know? He's so kind. And I'm reading all this stuff. I'm like, oh my God, you know. Like who goes hunting, then next life,
Yeah.
when they die, they also get a body. To go to hell, you also need a body, right?
Yeah.
It's called Dandasiri, a suitable body for punishment. Like this body is a suitable body for material enjoyment, but also for bhajan. Depends how you use. So anyway, so
What would be the difference between fear and caution?
if you have fear, you're cautious, no?
But can you be cautious without fear?
Then you wouldn't be cautious.
When you transfer...
Like when you're driving, you're cautious, right?
Yeah, but I don't fear.
No, if you didn't fear, you just drive with your eyes closed. Why you open your eyes? Because you know if I close my eyes, I'm going to die. And this world is every step is fear. Padam yad vipadam. In the material world, every step is fear, but people don't care. No one thinks they're going to die, but death is there. Anyway, so fear must be there. One should fear to commit improper activities. And if you love Gurudev, I love Gurudev, how can I perform these activities and give him pain? I cannot. Right? If you love someone, then you won't do activities which displease them. Anyway, but the word used is sastra. Sastra means discipline. Abhadada namo shraddha. Scripture give these feelings. I should not eat meat. Why? I don't want to go to this hell. Right? I should not have sex outside marriage. Why? Bhagavatam describe all these things. You know? For sex outside marriage, for gambling, for cheating people, for just everything. Anyway, so I was reading, I was going, wow, oh man, that's amazing. I didn't know anything, so I was just reading, right? Wow. Because I'd heard about the Buddhist hells. Even Buddhism have hells, you know.
They do?
Yeah.
Yeah, what kind of hell it is?
Same thing, like this all come from the Vedic scriptures, you know. But before, when I was in Thailand, I was reading about the Buddhist hells, so I knew. Anyway. So then I read them in the Vedas, I was like, wow. And the guy who was cooking, I was just the assistant. Right? So the guy was cooking, he used to be a devotee, and he was smoking and doing all this stuff. So I remember telling him, this is my first day in the work. So the guy's name was Russ. I said, hey, Russ, guess what I was reading? It says that if a man forces a lady to drink all this stuff, then he gets chucked in this hell, which is like, full of hair and stool and urine. And he gets chucked in this hell for millions of years. I was just telling him. Right? And he went green and white. I saw his face change. He went green. Fear. And when I saw that, I became amazed. My God, he believes it. I didn't say I didn't, but I was just reading it, right? I wasn't trying to preach to him or anything because I didn't know anything. But his face went green with fear. And when I saw that, probably I went green. I was like, oh my God, he believes it. That made an impression. I remember that made such an impression on me. So anyway, a foolish person don't fear, but who has intelligence, they fear. When we see a snake, we stay away. Intelligence, no? And we see a drunk person with a knife or something, we fear, we stay away. We see someone very angry, we stay away. We hear there's a dangerous situation in some area, an intelligent person doesn't go. No? So that much intelligence, that much we also have fear. Like you said yesterday, right?
That's what I'm
Prabhupada
thinking
said.
about. Yeah, 16.1 saying that we should be abhaya, fearless.
Anyway, but who follows Shastra is fearless because they're not going to do those activities. They have nothing to. Like death, a pious person have nothing to fear from death.
Right.
No, it said when you die and you've done whole life good activity, what fear? So Yamaraj, who is death, he comes in a very attractive and sweet form. Welcome, welcome, pious soul. The celestial planets are waiting for you. Come with me. It's like that, very sweet. But like who's done whole life nonsense, then Yamaraj comes in very ferocious form. Then they have too much fear. So a good person have nothing to fear. But anyway, whatever it may be. Therefore, Prabhupada used to say, what's the difference between me and my disciples? I fear Maya, they don't fear Maya. So fear means it's there, should be careful. Right? That's just intelligence. So Shastra gives this fear. I'm using fear, you can use respect, caution. If I don't do Hari Bhajan, I have to go back into the ocean of birth, death, old age, and disease. Right? Who wants to go there again? Again, the mother's womb. Have you read third canto?
Yes.
The child, like the soul's there in the semen, goes into the egg, the baby's body forms. I described that. First splits into 2 cells, 4 cells. And then consciousness comes quite quickly. One time I gave this class, I didn't know there was a pregnant lady in the class. She was crying so much in the class. But I didn't know she was there. Then the child gets consciousness. He's got arms and legs. Then so much pain. In the Second World War, the Japanese would capture Australians and put them in tiger cages. Little cages, you can't sleep, you can't lie down, you can't stand up, you can just like this. After 2-3 days, they go mad. So much pain. So the womb, imagine you're there for 9 months. So much pain, the child faints every second. Then again gets consciousness. Again, so much pain and distress, again it faints. Like if we have too much pain or suffering, we faint. Krishna gives us some escape. So how much pain in the womb? Every moment the child's falling unconscious, again gets consciousness. He cannot move, therefore he's trying to get out. Mother's going, oh.
He's kicking.
But the child's, get me out of here. What the mother eats, he's forced to eat that through the tube, the umbilical cord. If the mother drinks alcohol or smokes or eats bad food, the child suffers so much. Every American has 2 pounds of parasites in them. That means Indians must have at least 5 or 6. These worms are pinching the child, biting the child. The fire of digestion is burning the child. Imagine, terrible. So, solitary confinement, right? They put someone in solitary confinement, they go mad. They're alone in the womb. So the child prays, get me out of here. Bhagavan, they can see, Jiva Goswami says, a pious soul, they can see their last 100 lives, all the mistakes they've made. Hey, Bhagavan, they pray, get me out of here, I promise. This life I will serve you. Gogama said, who does bhajan nicely, next life, all these things they don't experience in the womb. Who's little surrendered to Bhagavan, they don't experience all this. But ordinary soul have to taste all these things. Then he promises, I'll serve you. But then how much pain to give birth, you know.
Yeah, a lot.
Imagine how much for the child. No one thinks of that. So much pain, he forgets everything. Then he's born into Maya duality, he forgets everything. The child always crying because what he wants, no one understands. That's why child is always crying. They're giving him things he doesn't want. Then he grows up. Then again, school. Remember how much school? Fighting. Fear of the teachers. Other children torturing you. So much desire, but cannot fulfill desire in childhood. Children full of desires. I want this, I want that. Then comes puberty, and all type of another desire comes. Then you have to marry, because so much desire, then come more problems, more headaches. Then old age comes. So much problems, also the government taking all your wealth. Children use you like an ATM machine. Right? Children, we used to see our dad like a walking ATM. Gimme, gimme, gimme. He would always laugh. So then old age also, when you cannot earn money anymore, then everyone neglects you. Like an old dog, right? The dog eats what's left, the remnants, they give that. Now he cannot give any money, what use? So they just neglect him. Then time of death, all senses fail. He cannot see, cannot think, cannot remember, cannot see, cannot hear. He dies in great distress, thinking what will happen to my wife, what will happen to my children, what will happen to my properties. Again, he dies, then the Yamadutas take him. He sees his whole life. He realizes what's coming. So even before he goes to hell, on the road to hell, he suffers unlimitedly. Because that is millions and millions of miles to go down to the... Hey! Don't worry, he'll be right. Millions and millions of miles. You have to walk to hell on the burning sands, hot sun, no water, no food. The Yamadutas beating. And if you get to hell, then you have to swim across the Vitsaran. It's full of stool and urine and crocodiles and snakes. Therefore, we have to perform. The Vedas describe Shraddha ceremonies. When if you give food to the ancestors at the time of death, if your children do Shraddha, you get something to eat as you go to hell. In the Shraddha ceremony, they give umbrellas to the Brahmanas, gifts of food stuff to the Brahmanas, donation to the Brahmanas. So, if you gave shoes to the Brahmanas when you perform the Shraddha ceremony, then you get shoes to walk to hell. You don't have to burn on the sand. You get an umbrella to protect you. You get food, you get water. The Shraddha ceremony have all these things. If you give donation at the Shraddha ceremony, there's a boat which takes you to hell. This is all in all the cultures of the world. The ancient Greeks, the Egyptians all have this culture. Therefore, they put a coin in the ears or the mouth of the deceased. So he has some money to pay the boat. If you didn't do any of this, then you have to swim across the ocean of stool and urine. Anyway, this all in Garuda Purana, no? How we got into all this topic. Then you go to hell, then Yamaraj brings out the file, Tatiana. How much sosiska? Then you have to suffer all that. And then once you get out of hell, then again you go insect species, plant species, fish species, bird species, four-legged animals, snakes, then again human, and then again the same foolishness. So who's intelligent person, they weep, no? Oh hey Krishna mitwanitidas, tumana charana chari hoilo sarvanas. Who hearing all this? Only Vaishnavas speak these things, no one else speak. Then he fear what I'm doing. I've had enough. I don't want to serve Maya anymore. Hey Bhagawan, millions of lifetimes I left you, but this life I want to do your bhajan. And he prays to Bhagawan. Bhagawan hears that prayer. Then Bhagawan, how can I help him without Sadhu Vaishnav? He cannot be helped. So Krishna arranged Sangha of Vaishnav. And then we hear all this, material existence, all this. Then one fear, one respect. I will do bhajan. That person who has this type of shraddha, shastra, avada, dharanamoy shraddha, they will follow the limbs of Vaidi Bhakti. Many people take diksha, even they take diksha, but still one girlfriend, another girlfriend, right? All up there doing all this. Smoking, no harinam, no mantras, no nothing. That means they have not even really achieved the qualification for sadhan bhajan. Right? They have not even achieved the qualification for Vaidi Bhakti. Like Prabhupada said, follow 4 of principles, 16 rounds, I guarantee you go back to Godhead. But they're all breaking all the principles. That means what? No real shraddha, no real faith. No? So this determination. Okay. This determination. Wow, this is big altar. This determination to do bhajan, this is called shraddha. And this shraddha only come in sadhu-sang. No. That's what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Brahmanda Brahmatikona Bhagavana Jeev Guru Krishna Prasadi Pai Bhakti Ladabij. The soul's moving in this ocean of birth, death, old age, and disease, Jivan Krishna. And what happens? By sadhu-sang, the fortunate soul gets sadhu-sang and gets the seed of devotion. What's the seed? This first seed is what we're talking about now. This Vaidi Shraddha, Shastra Avadanamoy Shraddha. I will follow this, do or die. Right? So how many people get even this seed? They take initiation, after initiation again they go back to sinful activities. That means that they not received the seed of devotion. They not got it. Because who got it there will be symptoms. And how can we understand the symptoms of someone who has shraddha? Because there will be saranagati. Right? Who has saranagati? Only someone who has shraddha. The symptom of shraddha is saranagati. No? There's Bhaktivinoda Thakur gave this definition. What is it? Oh, I cannot remember. Anyway, just take my word for it. Yeah, there he describes. Sadlakshan Saranagati. Krishna Unmukh. Long time ago. What's the definition of Shraddha, the seed of devotion? The mind is always going to that which is favorable for Krishna's service. Bhakti Unmukh Chitta Vishesha. That's it. Shraddha Anupaya Bhajam Bhakti Unmukh Chitta Vishesha. When the mind is always Chitta Vishesha, always in a way of thinking of how to perform Krishna's service in a favorable way. And that's the internal symptom. What's the external symptom? 6 types of surrender will be there. How do we know someone has shraddha? Because saranagati, the symptom of that will be the 6 types of saranagati. What are the 6 types of saranagati, Damayanti? No breakfast for you. Anukulena Krishnanu. What is it? Sorry, that is... Wow, long time we not spoke about all these things. What are the 6 symptoms of saranagati? Anukulena Krishna, no, that is. Anukulyasa Sankalpa, Pratikulyasa Vajanam, Rakshishati Biswa Gopate Varanam Tata, Atma Nikshepa Karpana Sadvidi Saranagati. 6 limbs of Saranagati. Saranagati is the doorway, the staircase of bhakti. We cannot even have Saranagati, then how are we going to have bhakti? So Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Jiva Doya Kori, Sapasad Siddhama Saha Avatari. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came with his devotees to teach Tikaya Saranagati Bhakatera Prabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came with his associates to teach Saranagati, which is the life and soul of devotion. What is favorable for Krishna's service, I must do. What is unfavorable for Krishna's service, I must give up. Something, no matter how difficult it is, if it's favorable for devotion, I must do it. And something how dear to me, but unfavorable for devotion, I must give it up. These first two. Krishna will maintain me. Krishna will protect me. Actually, this feeling Krishna will maintain me, this is the main limb of Saranagati. Krishna maintains all living entities, like the birds, the trees. They are not doing bhajan, but Krishna maintained them. Why he won't maintain me? Also, humility and like determination. Krishna must give mercy. These are 6 limbs of Saranagati. So, it's all here. So because we've been in this world, we have millions of it. Therefore, when by association of devotees, then comes Shraddha. When Shraddha is there, then comes the determination. I will also do bhajan. I will also do bhajan. So, what are the limbs of devotion? How can I do bhajan? With my Shraddha, my Vaidi Shraddha. That's why Rupa Goswami has described all these things, no? So, stage 1. There are many stages leading to the manifestation of prema. Amongst them, those that are most famous in the scriptures will be described here. The Bhagavat Vimukh Jiva, the souls who are averted from Bhagavan since time without beginning, have fallen into the unlimited flow of the insurmountable ocean of material existence and wandering here and there. By the special mercy of Bhagavan, the Jiva's material existence begins to fade. He attains the association of the devotees. At that time, in the company of sadhus, he obtains the extreme fortune of hearing from the mouth of great devotees the scriptures, which are filled with the glories of bhaktas, bhakti, and Bhagavan. Right. So we were talking about all that, right? By hearing the scriptures, paramatic or transcendental Suddha Shraddha awakens. The word Shraddha here implies firm belief in the meaning of the Shastras, such as the Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, and so forth. Upon the appearance of Shraddha, one again attains association of devotees. Right? First is general association. We go to the temple. When's the feast coming? But hearing something. And by good fortune develop faith. When one develops faith, again one associates, but this time properly. So upon the appearance of Shraddha, one again attains sadhusanga, and in their company begins to receive instructions on the method of executing bhajan. No? So then one bhajana kriya, I will perform devotion. No? How does one begin devotion? By taking shelter of Sadguru. And by engaging in bhajan under the guidance of Sadguru, then all anarthas are destroyed. When anarthas are destroyed, that is called anartha nivritti. He achieves nishtha. Nishtha means steadiness. There are 5 stages of unsteady devotion. When you chant, your mind goes off. Vikshept, apratipati, sometimes no interest. No? Like this 5 stages of anishtita bhajan. One becomes steady.
Ruchi.
Then one comes ruchi,
Asakti.
an intense hankering for bhajan. Then ruchi comes very deep, means attachment to not bhajan, but also to bhajaniya, Krishna, the object of bhajan, that is ruchi. No. At the stage of nishtha, right, still one has no taste. He's doing by intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
At the stage of Ashakti, no need. He's developing that taste automatically. That taste drags him on. Right? At the stage, after the stage of Ashakti, Bhav or Rati comes. After Rati comes Prema. Right? So there are 4 types of anarthas, you know them?
Anartha?
4 types. 4 types of anarthas. Sarup Brahm, Asat Trishna, Hriday Durbalya, and Aparad.
Mhm.
So we should know. You haven't heard them?
No. Aparat, yes, but what would be the difference between Ashakti and Bhav?
What's the difference between chalk and cheese?
What's the difference?
Prema is like the sun. Ray is like, Bhav is like a ray of that Prema. And Ashakti is like a shadow of that ray, a boss. So big difference. So 16 types of anarthas. First is Sarup Brahm, 4 types of Sarup Brahm. Sarup Brahm means misunderstanding of spiritual reality. Sarup Brahm. What is my Sarup? What is Krishna's Sarup? Like many people think Krishna, Ganesh, all is same, or Krishna is formless, or when anyone. Swatattva Surup Brahm, Paratattva Surup Brahm, Sadhya Sadhan Surupa. Many people don't understand the goal and what is the process to achieve the goal. And finally, right, Maya Tattva Brahm, not understanding what is favorable or unfavorable for devotion. Not understanding the truth of Maya. Swatattva Surup Brahm, not understanding who am I, Krishna's servant. Paratattva Surup Brahm, not understanding the Surup of Bhagavan. Not understanding the Surup of Sadhana and Sadhya. Many people think, even most Indians, I do some bhajan, then I get mukti. That's also an anartha. And not understanding Maya Tattva, what is favorable, what is unfavorable. Asat Trishna, thirst for material enjoyment. There's also 4 types. Desire for enjoyment in this world, desire for enjoyment in the celestial planets, desire for the 8 type of mystic cities, and desire for liberation. Desire for liberation is also a form of material enjoyment. Because you want freedom from suffering, then you can enjoy.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Aparad is 4 type. Offense towards Krishna. Right? 32 offenses in service, like wearing shoes in the temple, sitting with your feet pointed towards the deity. To talk about other subject matter and when the deity is open, to eat in front of the deity. Many good things in the fridge, but you just, for yourself, eat something not offered to the Lord. Anyway, so many, 32 offenses to Krishna. Offense towards the names of Krishna. 10 type of, how many nama parad?
10.
How many? Jivan Krishna?
4.
10. So 32 offenses to Krishna. 10 type of offense to the name of Krishna.
Namaparad. Vaishnavaparad. And
Offenses
the
towards Krishna's Sarup, the Vigraha. Offense to the jivas.
and living entities, yeah.
Killing them, frying them. To
360.
not speak Harikatha to someone, this is also one type of violence to the jivas.
Criticism towards Jiva.
That's next.
Vaishnava.
Just violence, offense towards the jivas. Next one is Hriday Durbalya. Weakness of heart, 4 type. Tucha Ashakti, attachment for useless things. Sometimes, what doing no one knows. Or even we don't know what we're doing. Weakness of heart. Kutinati, deceitful behavior. You know something but not acting properly. Right? kutinati, cheating,
Kutina.
duplicitous behavior. Just be straightforward. Just be simple, then no problem. But you start playing games and doing nonsense stuff. Kutinati. No. Matsarja, envy. Don't be envious. Right? This is a very bad thing. Especially if someone is better than us, don't be envious. He's a better speaker than you, good. You get a chance to hear a nice thing. Someone's a better cook than you. You also get to enjoy that. Someone plays the violin, I cannot play the violin, I can enjoy. But our problem, instead of becoming happy when we see someone who's more than us, we often become envious. Cutting on throat. Swapratishtha lalas, desire for one's own fame. These are 4 weakness of hearts. No, there are also 4 others. Duskrityanata. Sometimes we do last life many bad activities. This life we have too much poverty or disease. This also give obstacle in bhajan. Sukriti anata. Sometimes we have maybe last life did too many good things, then we have too much beauty or too much wealth, and we become proud. That also obstacle. Aparadut, maybe last life we did some offense to Vaishnava, and in this life we suffer. No taste for Harinam or something. No? And bhakti with anatta. Sometimes anattas come from bhakti. Oh, Damana Maharaj he gave great class. There's $100. Then someone gives shoes, someone gives $100, or someone gives you a flower garland, and you think, oh, this is bhakti. It's not bhakti. But you start thinking this, you become absorbed in the anattas which come from bhakti, and you become absorbed in that. Name and fame, pratishtha, some position, wealth, girls, disciples. And then you think this is bhakti, what is bhakti? You forget and become absorbed in that. So all these things, these are all obstacles. One should uproot all these anattas, otherwise nishtha will not develop. Right. So bhaktistu Bhagavad Bhakti. Bhakti manifests by the association of the Lord's devotees. The association of devotees is obtained by previous accumulated sukriti. The scriptures describe pious activity. No. Good activity is 2 types, that which promotes bhakti and that which just promotes material side effects, material benefits. No? So sukriti, which gives rise to paramatic or transcendental results, means contact with the holy places, contact with the holy days, contact with the temple, contact with holy sadhus. When this accumulates, one gets sadhu sang. By following sadhu, by following shastra, one becomes free from unwanted things. That much one is free from unwanted obstacles. One comes to the stage of nishtha. So this is all Vaidi Bhakti. Shraddha means, Shraddha also 2 types you can think. Shraddha and Vaidi and Lobamoy Shraddha. No, like we were talking yesterday, I will serve like Madhya Soda. I want to serve Krishna like Rupa Manjari. I want to serve Krishna like Sridham or Subal. This is another type of Shraddha. Right? So before that second type of Shraddha, before the Lobamoy Shraddha, the desire to follow the residents of Vrindavan, before that Shraddha comes, it must be the first type of Shraddha called Sasha Avanadanamoy Shraddha. So, Sadhu Sang Krishna Bhakti Shradit Shraddha Jadi Hoy Krishna Fal Prem Hoy Samsara Nahikshay Shraddhavan Janna Hoy Bhakti Adika Uttam Madhyam Kanishta Shraddha Anusar. So here, how much Shraddha we have, that much will be great devotee. If I have soft Shraddha, Komala Shraddha, then Kanishta Adika. If I have like maybe we have some weak Shraddha. You hearing about Didi? Yes. this is great. I must take the association of pure Vaishnava. Then you go to the festival and someone says, no, she is very bad. Gurudev said this and that. Change.
Mm-hmm.
So Kanishta has always weak faith, can change any moment. So that's why in Kanishta Adhikari we always have to be protected, like a fence.
Mm-hmm.
Especially Kanishta have to be too much careful. No? Anyone can change us. So especially bad associations should stay very far away. But we don't know what is good and bad. We think all is good. But no, difference is there. Someone has soft faith, they're Kanishta. Someone has strong faith but not expert in Shastra, they're called Madhyamadhikari. Someone has unflinching faith and can fully explain everything in the scripture, that is Uttamadhikari. Right, so we should always try to associate with Uttamadhikari, because scriptures say many things, they sometimes appear opposite, or everyone cannot explain all those things. Only Uttamadhikari can explain. Shastra Yukti Sunupun Dridda Shradavan. They're expert in the logic and argument of the Shastra. Expert. There's no question they cannot answer. And they have unflinching faith, that is Uttamadhikari. That is called Mahat Kripa. Like we were saying, all devotees are not the same. So Mahat Kripa Bina Kona Korma Bhakti Nai Krishna Bhakti Samsara Shangsha Nahi Chai. Without the kripa of the Uttam Bhagavat, you cannot have bhakti, you cannot even become free from birth and death. But problem is that we always have to be in association. Not 50 years ago I met Prabhupada, after that no one.
Mm-hmm.
Guru Maharaj said always must be in association, because bhakti is like a current. Like water, if it's
stagnant.
It becomes stagnant, and frogs and tadpoles, all these things there. So always must be in association. What are we talking there? 15 years ago, 20 years ago, Gurudev said this, Gurudev said that. Okay, this also good. But I should also be thinking, I also need that association now. 20 years ago is a long time. So always must be an association. Goga Maharaj said, whose bhajan becomes more and more pure? That person who's constantly in association, who every day gets to hear Harikatha from the mouth of Mahabhagavat. That person's heart becomes pure, that person's bhajan develops. But we're not hearing Katha which shakes us, pierce the heart. No, it said, what's the use of someone who shoots a target and misses the target? That arrow is useless. In the same way that Katha which not strikes the heart, which not churns us, that Katha is useless. So, without the mercy of pure Vaishnav Bhakti, you cannot have Bhakti. What to speak of Bhakti, you cannot even get liberation from birth and death without the association of Mahabhagavat. So, okay, we'll finish here. There are also 3 types of Mahabhagavat. What?
I have a question.
What?
Because what you said we finished, so I'm ready with a question.
What
Go
question?
ahead, please finish. I don't want to talk.
No, you ask your question. We'll finish this.
Yes, you were talking about association and the right association. In the beginning, especially when you don't have a strong shraddha, when you don't have strong understanding how to distinguish who is who.
Yes.
And once you to me, it's like playing the game, hot and cold. So where you're getting hotter, but that's the thing. You don't have much to compare with. So at that point, when we should be loyal to someone, if you're not really at this point know anything.
By Shraddha.
But Shraddha is not developed yet.
Have you met Krishna?
I hope so.
No, you haven't met Krishna. And why you chant his name? You never seen him?
And maybe when I was in the womb of my mother, when I was...
Not all. Just why you do not sing Krishna, why are you chanting his name? Some Shraddha is there.
Okay, agree. Mm-hmm.
So hearing, you can develop Shraddha, even you may not have met that Vaishnava. But didn't meet Prabhupada either, did you? But we have Shraddha.
Mm-hmm.
Is that your question?
Yes, but then, would that be
Well, it depends on
wrong?
yours. That much you're sincere, that much you'll have Shraddha, no?
Mm-hmm.
And what's Maya's job? Maya's job is to keep you here. She's also conscious. So someone's going for sadhu sang, she make obstacles to keep them away from sadhu. Maya is also a conscious entity, right? What's her job? To keep the souls in this world. So someone who's going for sadhu sang, Maya put many obstacles to keep them away from sadhu sang. Gogamaj would explain. Maya has 8 hands. As soon as you're hearing about Uttam Bhagavat, Vrindavan, all these things, what Maya will do. With 8 hands, she make obstacles. No, forget all that stuff. Just stay here.
Mm-hmm.
That's Maya's thing. You have to be too much sincere, too much careful.
At what point you're supposed to become loyal to one that guru, to one?
When you get their merciful glance, when you get their mercy, then Shraddha is their mercy. So when you develop Shraddha in them, that's their grace also. And actually, mostly mercy comes through Madhyamadikari. But who is real Madhyamadikari? Oh, we say Madhyam. Madhyam means who knows who is Uttam, who knows who is Madhyam.
Who understands?
They know, they have direct perception, direct realization. But Madhyam means what? Who's free from all anatas. Then comes Madhyamadikara, Ruchi, all these stages. Who's practically in the stage of Ruchi, they're actual Madhyamadikaris. But who is that? Madhyamadikara is practically liberated soul. They know their Swarup, they know everything. Not fully clear, but that's why Madhyamadikara is very rare. Madhyamadikara never falls down. Cannot fall down. Like Gurudev said, when Gurudev first started traveling, he used to say, those who fell from sannyas, they never served their guru even for a second. He'd say it like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, this all depends on Sukriti, This all depends on Sukriti. Just be sincere. No one, Srila Sridhar Maharaj, if we are sincere, no one can cheat us.
Very true.
Answer your question?
Yes, thank you. Mahabhagavata.
But there are also a different type of Mahabhagavad. That's tomorrow's class. Yes, everything not so easy. Yes, that's why Didi is saying they are not fit for any type of association. That's what you were saying this morning. Not fit. If you're not proper, if you're not a sadhu, how can you get sadhu sang?
But isn't it like different levels? Like in school, you have different teachers. You have
That is
teachers who needs to
But
teach in the first grade,
what
second
Rupa
grade.
Goswami is teaching here, that's the standard.
Yeah, but this is like university. But there's a lot of people.
What's the
who's in
standard of
first grade.
Guru?
Mm-hmm.
That is the standard. Shakshat Harit Karna Samasta Sastra.
Who knows Krishna?
Same as Bhagavan. That's the standard.
Right.
Should always keep standard there. People should know the standard. Anyway, but even you, like we were saying yesterday, even you get that standard guru, but you are not standard, you cannot follow. You always have to be too much humble. And no matter you are very low class, but too much humble, too much seva, they can pull you up. Mukum like the baby Puri, just sucking the Torah from beginning. So main thing is don't do aparad. If you get that type of association, don't do aparad. Always be too much careful. Then you can go up. But you do some aparad against them, then you lose everything. You lose everything.
But there's apparat against living entities as well, against jiva, against any kind of level of
Yes. Don't eat
Vaishnava.
chicken.
So
Still, real Vaishnava aparad means against Mahabhagavat. Because they are real. Who's a Vaishnava? Kanishchadikari is not really Vaishnava. So correcting them, or this is not Vaishnava aparad. Srila Sridhar Maharaj said, hurting the feelings of a Kanishchadikari is not Vaishnava aparad.
But isn't it Srila Prabhupada, he's the one who said, isn't it Srila Prabhupada said that someone who already said once Hare Krishna is already Vaishnava?
But they should be free from Mayavada, free from illicit sex, then you can respect them in the mind. Not more than that. Then why Rupa Goswami wrote Upadeshamrita? 3 levels of Vaishnava means 3 levels of respect.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
If you give the wrong respect to the wrong Vaishnava, it's aparad. If Gurudev come here, you treat him like just a Kanishta Adhikari. Is it proper? That will be aparad. And to respect the Kanishta Adhikari as Uttama Adhikari, this is also aparad.
Mm-hmm.
So how do we know? But only by Vaishnav Sangha we'll know all these things. No? Chaya Vega Domi, Chaya Dosada, Chaya Guna, Deho Dasa, Chaya Sata Sangha, Deho He Amari, Boseche Sangha Deasa. O Vaishnav Thakur, sitting at your feet, what will I get? Chaya Vega Domi, I can control the 6 urges. Chaya Dosa Sadi, I can control this, I can destroy the 6 faults. And Chaya Guna, Chaya Satsanga, how to do the 6 types of Vaishnav Sangha. Right? What Rupa Goswami, Didati Pratika, the Guryakta Pratika, right? Giving, receiving, asking some question, getting some Harikatha. These are the 6 types of Vaishnav Sangha. Who do I do it with? Everyone? No, only with Mahabharata. So how to learn that? Vaishnava will teach us all these things. No? Vaishnava will teach us how to do proper Guru Seva. And Gurudev will teach us how to associate with Vaishnavas. What are the glories of Guru? What we know. So Shiksha Guru will tell that, how to associate with Guru, how to see Guru. Guru will not say his own glories. Vaishnavas will say it. And Gurudev will teach us who is Vaishnav. What is Vaishnav? Who is Vaishnav? And by mercy of Guru, then he'll teach us how to do Vaishnav Sangha. But it's not a fact all devotees are same, I should behave equally with everyone. That's not a fact. According to their position, I should behave. Right? That's Upadeshamrita. So Kanishyalikari, who's no Mayavadi and who's not doing illicit sex, we can respect him in the mind, but no more than that. Oh, he is a devotee. But I should drink his food bathing water. No, it doesn't say that, does it? And Madhyamadikari, like a Kanishya may take Diksha but still no Sambandha Gyan, no realization. He took Diksha but still Kanishta. 2 types of Diksha. One is just sitting in the fire, getting a new name. Understanding Diksha, but we want Paramatik Diksha. Divya Gyan, realization of my Sarup. What's my relation with Krishna? Bhakti should come, no? So when Bhakti comes, then to that Madhyamadikari I do Pranam. Only you don't do Pranam to Kanishta. You have no right to take what quality you have to do Pranam to. You have nothing. You may have Sikha Tilak, but actually you have nothing. Really. Even he taken Diksha, but no feeling, no Sambandha Gyan, always Namaparad, no taste for Harikatha. And what do you have? Why I do Pranam? What do you have I do Pranam to? You have nothing, but I respect in mind. But Madhyamadikari is not small thing, no. They have relation with Krishna. They've crossed all these anatas. They've crossed even Nishta.
So does it mean that if you take Diksha from Uttama Madhyakari, it means that you will be granted to do Shodhanam?
If you follow properly and come to Madhyamadikari and become free from anatas, then you can get it. Where Prabhupada, all disciples, so many that took Diksha, where are they?
Right, they're supposed to have Shodhanam by now.
Shodhanam only comes in Uttamadika. No, that's not true, actually.
Can it come to Kanishta?
Huh?
Can it come to Kanishta?
No, of course not. They're always doing Namaparad. They're full of the
No,
aparads.
by mercy, I don't know. And then they will
Up to Nama Bas, that is all Kanishta. Even Nama Bas, this is Kanishta. Shuddhanam comes when you have a relationship. Then you're chanting Shuddhanam, right? I'm
Right.
Gopi, I'm Vatsalya. Krishna is
Right.
my son, Krishna is my beloved. Then Shuddhanam will come, no? Without relationship, how Shuddhanam will come? So Shuddhanam begins in Madhyamadika. But still, that is not perfect. Still something is there, a little anata, this and that. So Madhyamadikari is not some small thing.
Yeah.
Most weird. So to a Madhyamadikaya, if we meet real Madhyamadikaya, we do pranam and dandavat. This person's instructions can help me. But still, there's a difference between Madhyamadikaya and Uttamadikaya. There's a difference also. Madhyamadikaya still have obstacles, but Uttamadikaya have no obstacles. That's the definition. And what are three types of even Uttamadikaris we'll discuss tomorrow.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much.